Coming to one more question for accounting treatment at the time of retirement of a partner. This is also from a textbook. This is illustration 33 in mine. You may check in yours. A and B are partners sharing profits in the ratio of 3:2:1. Their balance sheet on 31st December. The year may be different in yours. This is quite old. In my book, it is 96. In my book, it is 2014. You may have 30th September 2014. Was as follows. Balance sheet as on 30th September 2014 is as follows. And this is the balance sheet given to us with employees provident fund, reserve fund, creditors, P&L, credit balance. Credit balance of P&L means this is profit which will be distributed. These reserve fund will be distributed, P&L credit will be distributed. Remember, I told you employees provident fund is not the partner's property. It is never distributed among the partners in neither old nor new ratio. This will stay in the balance sheet. Then we have the assets, goodwill, plant, patent, stock, investments. This is the balance sheet that has been given to us, totaling 1,84,000. After that, the terms of the retirement say B retires on 1st Jan 97, maybe to 2014. The terms were goodwill is valued at 50,000, value of patents to be increased, assets to be increased, that means credit side, but plant was found overvalued. So plant's value will be reduced by rupees 15,000. So this is two plant, rupees 15,000. Provision for doubtful debts should be 5% on debtors, and provision for discount, you find out 5% on debtors. Your provision for doubtful debts should be 5% on debtors. And what are the debtors they have told us? Let us see. The debtors given to us are rupees 19,600, 20,000 less the provision. So it should be 5% on debtors. They have said it should be 5% on debtors. That means 3% on this 19,600 minus that 19,000, what is already there, 3%. We find out this provision for doubtful debt should be 5% on debtors, and provision for discount on debtors should also be made on debtors and creditors at 3%. We know how to make the provision for discount. First, the provision for doubtful debts, and on the remaining amount, provision for discount on debtors. So after you make this provision, on the balance you create this 3% on the remaining 19,000. Out of the insurance, which was entirely debited to profit and loss account, rupees 870 be carried forward as unexpired insurance. The unexpired insurance means prepaid insurance. By prepaid insurance, it will come on the credit side. Investments were revalued at rupees 16,000. Investments have been revalued at 16,000. Half of these investments were taken over by B. Investments are revalued. Investments have been given to us at rupees 20,000, and they say they are revalued at 16,000. That means they reduce by 4,000. So reduce by 4,000 means it will come 4,000 to investments on the debit side, and half of these investments were taken over by B. And then later half of these investments, when we show the capital account, in the B's capital account, we will write the investments have been taken over by B. So two investments, 8,000. Half of this 8,000, two investments we will write in B's capital account. There is a claim for worksman compensation to the extent of rupees 5,000. Two worksman compensation, that's a liability, increase in liability. Claim means there's an increase in liability. It will come on the debit side. Increase in liability and decrease in assets on the debit side. And then the most important thing, I've made it in bold here. B was paid off in full. A borrowed the necessary money from the bank on the security of plant and stock to pay off B. Understand this now. B was paid in full. And how was B paid in full? How did A paid B? B borrowed the necessary money from the bank on the security of plant and stock to pay off B. Okay, let us make the revaluation account. We have discussed the making of revaluation account now. The revaluation account, this is the revaluation account. We have discussed just making the revaluation account. The plant, the reduce in plant to be shown at 15,000, provision for doubtful debts 600, discount on debtors on the remaining 600, 3% on the remaining 19,000. 19,600 was the amount, 600 is a reduction, and on the remaining 19,000, 3% discount on debtors comes to 570. Reduction in investments 20,000 ki jagah 16,000, it is 4,000 here. To worksman compensation liability to be shown at 5,000. Patents to be increased by rupees 3,000. Provision for discount on debtors reduced by rupees 300. Prepaid insurance, unexpired insurance, they say 870, and then the difference between both is the loss here. It is coming on this side to be distributed in the old ratio of 3:2. It's a loss. Totals come here. Now after this, the capital account. Now let us see what does the capital account show. Here if you see the capital account, the first thing, to balance brought down 80-40. By reserve fund distributed in the old ratio, reserve funds have been given to us. Reserve funds in the balance sheet have been given to us at 12,000 in the old ratio of 3:2, 7200, 4800. By profit and loss balance 24,000 has been given. We distribute that 14,400, 9600. This is the amount that has been taken by A, the capital account. To goodwill, both the partners, the gaining ratio. To B, 20,000. What is this to B? Yes, the amount. A gives 20,000 to B. This is in B's capital account, we write by A. In A's capital account, we write to B. New to old. To revaluation, 12,600. This is a loss. This is this loss that is coming here. Investments taken over, half the investment, 16,000 was the value of investments. Half of these investments, that means that 8,000 taken over by B. So in B's column, to cash and to bank. This is the amount that is paid by them, and this is the balance carried down. That is the amount. They say the amount was taken over at the responsibility of the bank. This is the amount to be given to B, and this is assumed that it has been taken from the bank to pay off B. The remaining amount, this is given by B, and this has been given in cash, rupees 8,000 taken from the bank, and this is the balance amount in A's column. The balance sheet, the remaining plant, patent, stock, investments, debtors, minus the provision, minus the discount, everything we have find out. Unexpired insurance 870. This side, employees provident fund, I told you it will not be distributed, it will keep featuring like this. Creditors minus the provision for discount we had created for 300. The worksman compensation liability, it is arisen now. Bank loan secured by stock in rupees 47,000. This is the bank loan that had been taken by the bank, rupees 47,000. 5,000 of cash was there, and we have used that cash in paying off. He was paid rupees 5,000. See here. This 5,000 has been given and 47,000 has been given to the bank, has been taken from the bank. 5,000 cash tha, 5,000 has been given in cash. The cash balance was 5,000, so 5,000 to cash mein de diya. We did not have the remaining amount. Remaining amount 47,000 has been taken by the bank on the security of plant and another asset. So that means cash now, there is no cash shown here because jo cash tha, that has been paid, that has been used. And this is the capital of the remaining partner, 60,000. This will be shown in the balance sheet. This has been shown with the balance sheet. Clear?